fragile planet. A very small and a very fragile planet. A very small and a very fragile planet. A very small and a very fragile planet.
A very small and a very fragile planet.
Well. We are, hopefully, back again, and we should indeed be live, right? If indeed I have done it correctly. Of course, yeah, only been doing it for about, lost count now, but hey, you never know. It is me. I am here in the flesh, in full AI bot form, of course, right? Which, of course, is a bit of a joke in terms of a person who back in 20 what would it have been, 2021, claimed that yours truly was an AI bot. So I was AI. Hey, I was AI before it was even anybody knew anything about it. I was a super AI bot, right? But there you go. Hey, it could be worse. It could be worse. So, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good morning, wherever you are in this absolutely insane world that we live in. Holy kin moly. Where do you even begin? At the beginning. Yeah, the beginning. Yeah, where would that be? Take a right down there, left there, right at Tesco. There you go, the beginning, right? Yeah, answers on a postcard if you know where the beginning might be. Hey, maybe what we should do is ask NASA where the beginning is, because they seem to be the entity who seeks and somehow has uh, a serious grasp on the world that we're in. I thought they were a space agency. Well, no. Who told you that? Come on, who told you that? Oh, yeah, we went to the moon in 69 and what, 70, 71, 72. Yeah, of course we did. And now what? We're flying around the moon. We're not landing, but we're going to fly around it and then come all the way back again. Just for the hell of it, right? Which, yeah, sure, why not? And to think as well, all them years, what are we talking about? Oh man, not 60 years yet. What, 53, 54 years? Where's the mathematician, right? Say 53, I think it would be. Possibly. So, I mean, that's a long time now. And the money that has been spent on NASA, well, seemingly spent there, I kind of dread to imagine where it truly goes, the money that they do get. But seemingly, and I mean, it's quite a hard one to calculate, especially when you're me, right? But when you look at NASA and the money they've got, I'm sure it's up to now 1.9 trillion. $1.9 trillion. And for what? For what, man? What do we get? What do we get, man? Plushies and magnets, and of course, Velcro, because that's seemingly a claim. Oh, we invented Velcro. Hooray for NASA. Where would you be without Velcro, right? In fact, we don't want to know. We don't want to know. Don't tell us. So, we are indeed back again. And tonight, well, I did try and start slightly earlier than, let's go with, than previously thought, right? We'll say that. So most times I'll go about maybe 8:30, but tonight, what are we now? 7:45, 8. So we're quite early. We're premature tonight, right? Premature. But there you go. So we are back. I reckon we're going to get into Artemis tonight, and then on Wednesday, I reckon we will be back again. And I mean, yeah, hey, we've talked so many times in the past about NASA, about Apollo, about seemingly landing on the moon, about, well, can you even get out of the Earth? Probably not. But hey, that's that's another story, right? So it's been a topic that, yeah, I think it's the most covered topic that we've done on Tolbanoki. That's life, but not as we know it. I think it might be. Maybe I could ask AI. We didn't trust it, to be fair. But I reckon it would be probably the most covered. Yeah, I reckon it would be. So it's not a new story to people here, and we did talk about the Artemis mission in the past, and I have seen some people, I don't know, we'll call them commentators. They've said, "Oh, it kind of came out of the blue. We never knew it was going to happen." I don't know. I mean, if you know where to look, you would have seen that it was coming. To be fair, I did kind of think, well, it's not going to happen. They're going to, oh, there's a leak. We can't go now. Shut it down. Shut it down. We're finished, right? But hey, we can do it next time. So in about a year's time, we'll try again. But of course, by the looks of it, they did indeed go ahead with a all-out deceptive mission with Artemis 2, which is what we'll look at tonight. But there's going to be more. Seemingly, we're going back in 2028. Well, I think next year they're doing a mission, but I think the seemingly landing people on the moon again is going to be 2028. I kind of can't see it happening, if I'm being honest. But like I mentioned before, it would appear they're going all out. They're pulling out the old files from Apollo. Right, how did we do it again? Right, fuck yeah. We got Stanley Kubrick. Has anybody got Kubrick's number? Get him on the phone, right? Fucking Kubrick's head in a jar. Bring it round to the studio. We need to go again. And as comical as that sounds, it's kind of like a carbon copy. And I don't know, man. You know, I think maybe there's a wee part of me anyway, somewhere inside me. Let's not go there, right? Insert joke. A wee part that maybe thinks, well, maybe hopes, maybe that somehow they're not lying. It won't be deception. They don't hail Satan, but that's not the case. I mean, I kind of wish it was the case. I wish it wasn't so bad and so completely wrong, man. How much people are being deceived, and the agendas that NASA are attached to is quite scary in a way. It shouldn't be. And I've said it many times in the past. They're not a space agency. If anything, they are a climate company, a fucking central casting company. That's what they are. And I did tag, I shared the video, the central casting video that I made about, well, it might have been about a year ago now. Because I had been watching the Artemis crew doing different radio shows and going on television, and they were just pure actors, man. They were actors, and you could see it clear as day, man, clear as day. So I think now, in comparison to, let's say, Apollo 11 and Armstrong and Aldrin, today's astronaut is a kind of Hollywood actor. Even though, well, I mean, somehow Neil and Buzz got their star anyway, the Walk of Shame star. But I think today they are more drilled in it, in the sense of they will be well trained by specialist media fucking experts who they'll teach you, look, this is how you behave in front of camera and what have you, right? You know, I know what I'm talking about here. So they'll be getting well trained by probably Hollywood. And like I said, if they do still have Stanley Kubrick's head in a jar, maybe Kubrick himself is doing a bit of teaching, right? So we are indeed back again. We're going to look at a few slides. And, well, last time I tried to do the video, it wasn't great. So, yeah, I know, right? Touch wood, touch wood. So, we'll see how it goes. And we'll certainly look at a few slides. And I reckon we'll be all right with the videos. So we'll say hello and then we'll pretty much get down into it. Why is it not working straight away? There we go. We're in the hood. Good to see everyone. I reckon first in the door would have been. I did see the name, but I forgot. So there you go. Dementia's kicked in already, but I hope you're doing well and good to see you. I did notice who's that guy? I'm unsure. I think it might be that African guy. He pretends he's an African prince. Do you know the dodgy emails you keep getting? Just me? Probably just me, right? From Sensum, of course. Good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. I did catch your stream last night. Yeah, I never went on. I thought, you know what? I better not ruin it, right? I better not ruin it. Because you had Sensum and Toffee talking about, yeah, we're England, we invented everything. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Fucking we invented everything? Whoa, wait a minute here. What's going on, right? So I thought, nah, I better not go in and spoil it. Piss on the party, right? I thought, well, actually, not to get technical here, but Scotland invented pretty much every single fucking thing in this world. Even the bad stuff, but hey, we don't really claim that. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. But there you go. So I thought, yeah, you know what? I'll sit this one out and let you. It was good though. It was good. I did enjoy it. So great stuff. Even though it was complete fake news, man. Fake news. But there you go. Right. Good to see you. I hope Toffee's about as well. Rotary motion or matrix. There we go. In the hood. Good to see you. Yeah, of course, the Greek mythology. We've talked about that many times with Apollo. I think I did do a video. I'm sure it's still there. It might have been called Apollo, the New World Order. And I was looking at the origins of Apollo, the myths surrounding it, the mythology surrounding it, and that was quite interesting. Yeah, quite a few interesting and strange bits of information, and very telling as well. Very telling, man. So telling. But of course, most sheeple out there, they would say, but that's it. Hey, you're overthinking it. It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence, right? How many coincidences has to happen until you say, right, okay, fair enough. Maybe it's not a coincidence then. How many times? How many times, man? Because there's going to be a lot when it comes to NASA that you constantly get that. Oh, but it's Satan. But it's a coincidence. But they're hailing Satan. But it's nothing to worry about. It's a joke, man. Well, it is a joke. I'll give them that. I will give them that much, right? Rotary motion, matrix in the hood. I hope you're doing good. That rhymed, but there you go. Nathan and Penny as well. I hope you're doing well. Vladimir in the hood. Where did it go? Why I think so. Apollo. Yeah, we might talk a wee bit about that as well. I'm trying to go extra speedy. More hurry, less speed, right? Big mistake, man. especially when it comes to me. But there you go. So we'll go as quick as we can. But yeah, that might be a mistake. Yeah, so it's score to history. Um, yeah, it's all about perception, right? We might talk a wee bit about that. I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to. And here we are again, going through Apollo Part 2, the sequel. New generations about to be conditioned with agendas in mind, which are there to see as well. You don't have to look far. You do not have to look far. So good to see Vladimir in the hood. Amber as well, all the way over in Finland. I hope, yeah, hey, I hope you're doing well. But yeah, what do you expect from me? Come on. I'll do them now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 19, 20. There you go. Sorted, right? Good to see you back again. And I did see Wendy in the hood. Good to see you, Wendy. Paul and Sue, I hope you're doing well over in Ireland. Are you are you are you blocking the roads in Ireland? I've seen a wee bit about it, but I've not seen very much, to be fair. But there appears to be a bit of an issue in Ireland. So they're not happy about well, they're not happy, full stop, man. Full stop. But the Irish are a bit more keen. They're a bit braver than your average British person, let's say. Even the Scots, right? Freedom! Although, yeah, it depends. It depends where you go. But I do. I'll try and keep an eye and see what's going on. Right. Of course, it's this continuation of the issue between America and Iran. Yeah, I can't see it going away. Not anytime soon. And I've kind of expected it for a while now. And I think, I mean, I hate to fucking say it, but we could only be at the beginning of what could be a quite horrid, turbulent time for a lot of people, man. A lot of people. So people, hey, they're going to get angry. They're going to get upset. And chances are they fucking should be angry and they should be upset. So, yeah, it's coming, man. It's coming. So good to see you, and I hope you're doing well over in God's second country. Not God's country, but second, right? We're going to give you that at least tonight. Richard in the hood, I hope you're doing well, Richard. Good to see you again. Second time today, I think. Fucking following me about. Is that Richard again? Where is he? Oh, it's back again. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Super Summer 58 in the hood. Hello from CA. Is that CA? I'm unsure. Would that be Canada? California? Hey, it's me. You're going to have to let me know, right? CA, maybe it's a prison block. It could be a prison block somewhere. We tend to get, that's the clientele here. So hello from from one prison block to another, which is the earth that we're in, of course, right? I hope you're doing well. Summer 58 and Lance in the hood, is it? Why is that? I can't see it very well. Good to see you. Still talking about space. Space? Is that the bit between your ears? The empty space. Nah, I'm only joking. Good to see you, Lance. I hope you're doing well. Wendy, Cole in the hood. Is it Column? I think you pronounce it Column. Although I could be wrong. I hope you're doing well and good to see you. RM, Rotary Matrix, Frank in the hood. Frank, the information tank, back again. That's the man you need in your corner. Where did he go? Good to see you, Frank. I hope you're doing well. Jerry in the hood really came to apologise for blocking you in mouse. Oh, did you? Oh man, I never noticed. I never noticed. I was a quick kind of in and out story of my life, but yeah, I never noticed, man. Yeah, I won't hold it against you, Jerry. I won't hold it against you, right? I'll be on the blacklist now. Banned. Oh, we seen him getting banned from fucking Mousy. Just ban him, right? He's one of them flashers. He comes on in flashes, right? You should be so lucky. So good to see you, Jerry. I hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're getting on in Ireland. What's the crack, man? What's going on? What's going down? What's going down in little old Ireland? I'm not great. I've not got a great Irish accent. Someone once thought I was Irish, to be fair. And I thought, never been so offended in my life. How dare they? Nah, again, could be worse, right? Could be worse. Sean in the Hood, I hope you're doing all right. Paul, Richard, Jerry, Lance, Sean, anybody that I quickly might have ignored. Phoenix in the Hood, good to see you. Yeah, and I noticed Paul as well saying that I might put him to sleep with a fucking buff, uppercut, buff, right hook, doof. But yeah, hey, it's been said before. Sometimes I'll put you on to fall asleep, and I kind of think, I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know if it's good or again, it's all about perception, right? Hey, we're gonna say it's good, so we're taking that. Epstein's moon, Epstein's moon, right? And Epstein's war. I thought Epstein was dead. Aye, but this is how the world works now. Very strange place indeed. Very spooky. Very spooky. Oh, Frank. It's not Frank the Tank. It's Frank Barron over in Ireland as well. I hope you're doing good. We've got all the Irish in tonight. I thought, did you not put that sign up? No blacks, no dogs, no Irish. Oh, it's fell. The winds blew it off now. The winds blew it off. So hey, I apologise tonight. There's gonna be trouble, right? Dilute the fucking Guinness. We'll dilute the Guinness. Trump's still living rent free in your head. My head. Oh, fucking hell. In my head. No, but I reckon he would be living rent free in my country when he comes here. The fucking Robin Orange buffoon. But yeah, hey, totally. Yeah, I must have the Trump derangement syndrome. But yeah, hey, you might be maybe one of these people who thought that Trump was a good guy, but you'll soon see. Many people see, man. They do. They, and I can't knock them in a way because they have this hope and they think, right, fucking this time it's going to be different. This is the man. He's going to do it. He's the one. And then flat on their face. Poof. And I've seen it. And it's quite incredible because we've seen it in fucking... When was he in before? 2020, 2016, maybe 2017. And people thought, oh, it's going to be great. Oh, fucking, he was a letdown. All right. Oh, well. Better luck next time, right? But of course, he comes again and he runs again. Running might be a bit of an understatement, but people do it again. They vote again. I mean, hey, if you're going to be someone who thinks that voting's going to solve it, then, hey, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out, right? But it's not for me. Not for me. Good to see you, Frank. But good to see you anyway. Summer of 58 in the Hood. I hope you're doing good. There's another rhyme, man. Fucking Robert Burns, eat your heart out. There you go. There you go. Anybody else just in this? Just is the case. The cause. There you go. Fucking hell. Right, I'll get my stuff. I'm out of here. We're finished, man. There could be a guy in black bodysuit in front holding the little models. Well, yeah, we'll probably talk about that. To be fair, yeah, I don't think you're very far away. I don't think you're very far away. And we know how they do. I mean, we've talked about this. The images, some of the images from Apollo, we looked at them, we put them into AI and what have you. And basically it said, look, it's a miniature model. It's not a real fucking, it's not real. It's a model. You can tell there's so many things that give it away. It's a miniature. It's like what they used to do in the big movies in Hollywood. But now they, of course, now it's CGI and AI. But I mean, some of the, even with models, miniature models, some of the effects were quite good. So some things I think they do use still today in that sense. But I guess the the people who worked in that trade, they're probably finished now because AI and fucking CGI. So I think in this particular mission, we had a mix of CGI, green screen, AI, and model miniature. And I think in Apollo we had, I don't think we had anything that you could consider CGI in Apollo. But we did have the miniature model, most definitely, man. And then we went on to was it Soyuz in the space station? And of course that became a bit more green screen, CGI related. And now with Artemis, like I said, we kind of get a mixed bag, and they put it out there, and it's like fucking hell. And people are, well, to be fair, not many people seem to be buying it now. But again, like I said before, it doesn't matter. They'll do it anyway. They don't even need people to buy it anymore. They can create fucking fake bot accounts that come up and say, yeah, this is great. Long live NASA. We've made America great again. Forget about the war. Look, we went back to the moon. Of course, yeah. Back to the moon, right? Priorities, of course. And some people think there is now some kind of space race, part two, between China, Russia, and Uncle Sam. And with the goal being, basically, you get control of the moon. Control the moon, control the world. That's the next fucking statement, right? It's not going to be control the weather, control the world. It's going to be control the moon, control the world. But it's not even really about the moon either, which is quite funny. It's not about the moon. It's a simple wee stepping stone currently, because the moon is not the main objective here. Even though the plan is seemingly to go back to the moon, build a wee base on the moon, and when we go back to the moon, we are there to stay. So, any volunteers? I see a few people putting their hands up at the back. Probably not, to be fair. I don't know. Hey, maybe you would. Maybe you would, right? Whee! Right in the water. Hey, you'd have to be a good swimmer, I'd imagine. Of course, that would come down to, in terms of the rocket as well. A lot of people think, well, they're not in the rocket. I mean, for me personally, I do think there is a rocket. I don't think it leaves the Earth that we're on, and I don't think there's anybody inside it. I did see people talking about, well, it lands in the sea, pretty much right beside it, in the Bermuda Triangle. And of course, we know about Point Nemo, the graveyard, NASA graveyard. Maybe it goes there. I kind of feel it might go there, because I do think, well, if the rocket is real, I mean, is the coast completely closed off in terms of the water? There's not allowed any boats in or out. I would imagine people, there would be boats out there, either fishermen or, I don't know, well, fishermen and people out leisure sailing, jet skiing. I don't know. Do you know? I get the kind of picture that might be going on there. And if it is to basically go wee and then right in the water, people might see it and think, "Wait a minute, is that not the? I thought they were going to the moon." Oh, the moon under sea, of course, right. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I can't say definitively either way if it goes into the coast or to Point Nemo. I can't even really say in a definitive way if there is a rocket or not. But going by what I've seen, I would lean towards there being a rocket, but I would not lean towards there being people inside it. I reckon you would be fucking dead if you were in there. Even probably just by taking off, man. Even just by taking off. But there you go. So we'll get into that a wee bit more tonight, probably going until about 10 o'clock. Blaze in the hood, I hope you're doing well. Phoenix, Sean, good to see you, Carl, as well. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Toffee is here. Good to see you, Toffee. Where did he go? There we go. I will try and keep an eye on the comments, but hey, what can I say, right? What can I say? The beautiful Justine in the hood. I hope you're doing well, Justine. Good to see you. You made it tonight. We won't be giving out the press ups tonight. It was me that got them. It was me that got them tonight, right? Shock horror. Freedom fighter in the hood as well. I hope you're doing okay. As David Icke once said, it's the perception deception. Well, there you go. I would agree with that. Yeah, there's a lot to do with perception of the masses, man. Getting their attention. And I've talked about that before. Something so kind of overlooked is a person's attention. Do you know what they care about? What they get emotionally attached to? What drives it, man? Is it them personally, or is it the TV? Is it because they seen it on the news? You know. But yeah, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. David Icke, we talked about him before. Yeah, interesting character. From what I can see, and I have read in the past, going back a bit now, The Biggest Secret, which I think he wrote in 98. I mean, it's a good book. And he was right about, well, Diana, fucking Ted Heath, you name it. But I don't know, man. Hey, like Cooper would say, read everything, listen to everyone, don't believe a fucking word of any of it. Unless, of course, you can prove it yourself. That's a different story. Take it all with a gigantic pinch of salt, man. And do your own digging. Make your own conclusions if you can. And keep your wits about you. Constantly, man, keep your wits about you. So good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. Toffee, Wendy, Justine, Sean in the hood. Where did I see? Digi Do in the hood as well. Garda cleared the streets at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Yeah, nobody's awake then, right? Yeah, we'll do it at 4 a.m. Fucking everyone's sleeping. Shock horror. Yeah, I would imagine. I don't know. I get the feeling it might heat up a wee bit in Ireland. So kinda interested in how it might go. So I'd imagine we'll probably talk about that in the near future. Anybody else quickly? Frank, is it time now? No, it is time now. There you go. Lance in the hood, Paul in the hood, Amber. Good to see you, Sue. I hope you're doing well. And Martin's here. Good to see you, Martin. You could be Welsh. Well, hey, yeah. In terms of it could be worse. That must be. That must be in terms of, well, it could be worse, right? It could certainly be a lot worse. So I hope you're doing well, Martin. John in the hood, good to see you. Elvis went to the moon. There's images. Look for them. Oh, man. Of course he did. Wait, was it not Elvis and Tupac and John Lennon? They went to the moon. I'm sure that's who it was, man. They started a band on the moon. Look out for it, right? Hey, who knows in this world? Who knows in this world that we're in? Good to see you, John. I hope you're doing well. Toffee in the hood. Anybody else quickly? My fucking eyes are burning here, man. Because I'm looking so close at the screen. I think we're okay. Yeah, no, coming from me. We're okay. We're good to go. So I hope everyone's doing well. I will try and keep an eye, but it's a bit awkward. I can't multitask. That's what it is. Shock horror. I cannot multitask, but there you go. So yeah, $1.9 trillion, man. Imagine what you could do with 1.9 million. Excuse me, lost my voice already. It's gone. Fucking CIA have zapped it. 1.9 trillion, man. There's a good few nights out in that. Couple of holidays at least. But in terms of a nation, I wonder what kind of infrastructure America could have built that would help the people. Instead, it went to NASA. And what do they get in return? Velcro. Velcro and chemtrails, man. That's the deal. That's the NASA deal. 1.9 trillion. To be fair, I get the feeling it would be more. You know, when it comes to figures that we get, I wouldn't trust it, man. I think we should make a rule where if you get a figure from NASA, times it by 3 or divide it by 3. That has to be the rule, right? Something along that lines, depending on what they're trying to say. I mean, hey, when it comes to NASA, they've always got an agenda. Always got an agenda. They're so sleek it and evil and deceptive. You would not believe it, man. And it wouldn't, to be fair, it would kind of need a person, let's say your average Joe, sheeple Joe, it would need that person to really fucking look into NASA in a big fucking way. But to be fair, it wouldn't take long until they seen it for what it is, man. To be fair, when you look at NASA as well, they hardly hide it. It is there. It's there to be seen, which is that's the world that we're in. You know, the veil is there, but you can see through it. Once you learn, you can see through the veil, pretty much. So good to see everyone. I did see a couple of videos in regards to Artemis 2, the mission to the moon. And you know, so I always look at some of the crew photography that they do. I always tend to find that quite funny. And this particular image stood out because I thought, well, is it AI? Is it a CGI? Are they fucking action figures? You know, it's got that kind of over perfect look. But of course, when it comes to NASA, that's what they do. So they'll claim to say this was a real photo, right? Line up, we'll get your picture, say sausages, cheese, smile. But then what you don't get is the kind of raw image. What they'll give you is a fucking rendered CGI adapted AI manipulated image that is basically AI. So they've got a complete cover for any image whatsoever they put out, because if you run it through any kind of analysis, it'll come up being CGI or fucking AI. It's been AI edited. But of course, NASA claim, yeah, but we do that. We make it look a wee bit better. Sometimes we do this, we tamper with it a wee bit. But it's a true image as well. We just make it look better. And it's like, well, we don't want that though. Why would we want that? Do you know? We wouldn't. We want the raw fucking material, man. We want to see it in all its glory without it being edited and put through a fucking AI machine. Just give us the real images, right? And they wonder how conspiracies, if you like, are where they begin, how speculation begins, right? Well, where do you think it begins? Right at home, right at home with NASA. Now, yeah, I kind of thought it was AI, but I thought, well, why would they? I mean, they could take a real image of them in their suits, right? You would imagine. But again, it all comes down to how they operate, man. Complete deception, no matter what, every turn, every corner. Complete deception, man. That's how they work. I've not seen, well, maybe people have pointed it out, but remember in Apollo, I think every single mission in Apollo, they wore a white costume. We'll say costume. It wasn't blue, it wasn't orange. And I know in some form of geometry, I don't think basic, but in some form of gematria, the color orange is 33. So we know that much, right? But in my view, again, they've not went in a orange. They've not went in a white suit. Or they've not dressed up. Their costume's not white this time. But I mean, in reality, it should be white. I mean, why any other color? Unless, of course, unless you're planning on putting a person in a suit who is going to be potentially or most likely working with a green screen behind them. So you don't put them in a white suit because that won't be good. That won't work for the green screen. And people will see it. They'll notice it and think, wait a minute, what's going on here? So they don't do white anymore. But orange, that would be a good colour. That would be, in fact, probably the best colour. Either that or blue, which of course we've seen. I mean, they do wear blue now as well, funnily enough, but we did see the remember the Katy Perry? I mean, honest to God, man. Remember we had Katy Perry and Bezos and the crew seemingly went into space. Sure they did, right? But they were all wearing blue. I think it might have been blue and black, possibly. And remember they had the video, they were all floating about in the capsule. Remember? I mean, fucking hell, what was going on there, right? I mean, there's only two things. It was completely faked with a CGI background, or they went up in an aircraft and faked it from an aircraft that was mimicking 0G gravity. Because they certainly did not go into fucking space. That's for sure. But I reckon that's why we're seeing an orange suit now. Could be the 33. I mean, that, yeah, you can see that. But I reckon that's why. It's because they're going to be working with a green screen behind them when they're not an AI generated image, of course, right? Although I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know how many people have kind of pointed to that or alluded to that, but that would be my guess for sure. Now, when it came to the patches, yeah, the patches. Patch Adams, right? Patch Adams in the house. We've looked at quite a few of them, man. A lot of them are quite telling. And again, remember, remember with the what was the name of the Katy Perry and Bezos one? What did they call it again? It's failing me now. Anyway, their mission, let's call it that. They designed a whole patch and what have you. And remember, some of you might have seen it on the patch. If you turn it upside down, it was the Baphomet, man. And again, it's one of these situations that people would say, well, yeah, but it's a coincidence, though. Yeah, but again, how many coincidences needs there to be until you think, wait a minute, this is not by coincidence. This is not by accident. It can't be. It can't be, man. Oh, yeah, Blue Origin. Lance in the Hood. Blue Origin, it was called. For some reason, I was thinking Orion, but Orion is the capsule in Artemis 2. And again, getting into Greek mythology, you know? Nothing scientific or technical. No, we're going to go with fantasy. Before this was a scientific mission. Aye, but we would much prefer it was Greek mythology and complete and utter fucking fantasy. That's what we're going with. That's what that's what they do. Nothing scientific or technical, but they tend to again stick, and they will continue. Guaranteed, they'll stick to this naming system where they use Greek mythology to carry it out. And people, again, sheeple will say, aye, but it's a coincidence. It's got nothing to do with it being a complete and utter myth. Right, sure. Let's go with that. And that one, the Artemis black one, kind of caught my eye as well. I thought, yeah, okay, I see what they're getting at here. It's got like a big snake in it. Big fucking NASA snake. But if you look at the moon, I think it's the moon, then the Earth at the right at the back, there appears to be. It's almost like there's a planet in between. Do you know? So I don't know what are they trying to say. That's all the shadow on the Earth, right? Of course, yeah. But it kind of looks like there might be three with a big snake, NASA snake coming through it. Got to have that in there, right? Can't leave it out. And when you look at that one, the kind of pyramid shaped, diamond shaped, almost a bit like it's upside down. Maybe it is upside down. Maybe it's meant to be the other way, but well, it can't be because that is an A with a 2. So that is the way it's meant to go. If it was upside down, it would be a V and a 2, which again is quite interesting. But if you, it's like a weird, I mean, it couldn't be any more occult looking or Masonic looking. As soon as you kind of look at that, it's like, yeah, we get it, right? We get it. And the other patch they've got is the one that celebrates 250 years. But 250 years of what exactly? Anybody want to take a guess at that? Anybody know? And if you look at the big patch, right? It says the rocket's red glare. The rocket's red glare. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, right. And then it's got the rocket and the moon, but you'll see a red dot. It's got a wee red dot in the middle because it's Indian. It made in India patch. But of course, it's not that. It's got a red dot because it's Mars. Of course. That's what it is. It's Mars, right? Oh, yeah, we're going to Mars. That's what the whole plan is. So we go to the moon, we build a base, and then somehow that makes it better and more easily for us to go to Mars. Somehow, I don't know, but there you go. So they've added Mars in it. But of course, it would be 250 years of America. Seemingly, that's how old America is. Just one day, 250 years ago, it poof, sprung out the ground. Voila, America, New York, Chicago, California. And it was the land of glory, hope and glory and freedom. And today, what do they call it today? I don't know. I better not say, right? I better not offend the Americans. I doubt they would be offended, to be fair. Great people in America, similar to the UK. Unfortunately, not great leaders, if we could call them leaders. Well, we can't. Not great politicians, let's say that, unfortunately. And you might notice as well, and interesting, we only talked about it the other day. On the big patch, the circular patch, you can see a four-pointed star on each side, which of course would be the morning star, the star of Lucifer. Shock horror. But come on now, getting carried away here. Because well, it's a coincidence. Of course. Of course it is. Silly me. Silly me. Hey, what am I thinking, right? Nothing to do with Lucifer or the the morning star. Sure. Why not? Another image as well. You know, again, going back to this kind of small bit of hope that I had that we were maybe going to get something a wee bit different, something that would be a bit more telling, a bit harder to, or a bit easier to believe and think maybe, yeah, actually, fucking, they did go to the moon. But no, no, not happening, man. It's not happening. And here we are now. Again, this photograph, you can see they've taken in what they call the capsule they're in. I think it was Orion. And you've got the window because they tend to, yeah, make sure you get the window. So get the window, right? And do you know, when I was looking at that the first time, I thought, what the fuck's going on here? I couldn't even kind of make it out what was going on. I thought, is that the whole Earth? Is the Earth in the capsule? It was weird, man. But then I thought, oh, I see what's going on here. Kinda. So we're looking out the window, the Earth in the background. Sure, why not? And they've taken a photograph with a camera they've got on board. And of course, they said, look, what we also need is the hair. So the space hair. So in between the window and the camera, make sure you like float your hair about, get the hairspray. Right, stick it up. And then right there, right about there. There you go. Right, send that one. Send that one, right? I have seen I did see videos of people who they reckon they could zoom into the tablet of the astronaut and they could see the images and there was weird shit on the moon. And I thought, well, do you buy that? Probably not. I doubt that very much, to be fair. I mean, for me personally, they're not even there. They're not there. So seeing something on the moon that shouldn't be there, fucking forget it, man. Forget it. Hey, for all I know, and I guess to be fair, for all I know, maybe they have been to the moon. But what we got given by Artemis and Apollo, I'm sorry, they did not go to the moon. Not a chance, not a hope in hell. Sorry, but there's not, man. There's not. So yeah, make sure you get the the hair in there, and yeah, we'll take the photo, we'll send it back down. Quite incredible, you know. Let me see this. Yeah, so we're all good. We're all good. I was gonna mention something there, but I forgot. I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was, man. It'll come back to me. One of these days, it'll come back to me. That's what I get for trying to speed on. There's been a lot of talk about this teddy. I think you might call it a plushie. Am I right in thinking that? And there's been, and we said this would be the case. There would be this kind of flooding of fake videos and fake this and fake images. And then the media would come out and say, look, people think it's fake, but it's a fake video. Rather than, I mean, we don't need that. We don't need fake videos of them faking it. Fucking their videos are fake anyway. They're fake anyway. Do you know? So we don't need that. We don't need that. But that is done, in my view, that's been done deliberately now. You know, putting all the fucking deception out there, and you'll get the mainstream media saying, yeah, well, people think it's fake, but it's not, because the video they're talking about is a fake video. So I'm not saying, look, I mean, people don't need to. You don't need to fucking edit a video to make it look faker than it already is. You don't. But unfortunately, some people, oh, they probably do. They probably do. And I reckon that there's going to be agencies out there, and their job will be to put fake videos out there. And again, they'll use that. But we don't need it. I mean, they're fake already. They're fake already, right? There's no point. What's the point in over egging the pudding? We don't need that. We don't need that, but we get it. We get that quite a lot. I don't know if anybody watched. I mean, it was quite boring, man. I reckon a lot of people thought they never even wanted to watch any of it. They never cared about it. Oh, they're not even landing on the moon. It's boring. Probably fall asleep watching it, like me. Like listening to me, right? But we had quite a lot of streams, seemingly live streaming from the capsule, the module. And they're floating about. Yeah, it's great. The world's great. Hip, hip, hooray. And you're kind of looking at it thinking, but wait, look at the wire up there. And why is that hanging down? Will somebody get caught in that? Is that wire important? Should that not be in a casing? Would you even get away with that in a job on Earth, man? Imagine you were fitting a ventilation, fitting an electrical system, and you've got all these wires fucking hanging down. Some of them are kind of cable tied or wrapped up, but they're not in any casing or anything whatsoever. It's like they've just been put there, no concern for any safety or anything whatsoever, at least when it comes to the wiring. But then again, when you look at the tube at the back, do you know it's one of them? It's one of them you get on your, I don't know, I'd imagine it's the same for most of the world. But on a tumble dryer, you get the kind of, I'm forgetting the name of it now. You get this hose, the pipe that comes out the back or the front for some of them, and it takes away the poison. You know that you get them. They're like spring. There's a spring in it. That's what that's kind of like at the back, the big red one. And you kind of get the feeling it might be for oxygen or air, some kind of vent anyway. Probably important. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in and keep it exposed. Yeah, but we're going into space. Aye, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter though. You know, if it bursts and the air, all the air comes out, fuck it, we'll just fall back to Earth, right? It'll be fine. So I mean, yeah, forget about the wires. Yeah, it's a health and safety issue. You wouldn't get away with it on Earth. They would shut you down. The whole place would be shut down. There's a fire issue. There's a injury issue, and of course, there's a problem with the vent. Well, not the vent, but the pipe at the back. I mean, surely that would be in some form of casing, right? Surely, at least the majority of it. Ah, but the weight. See, there's always an answer as well. Ah, but it would be too heavy though. So we leave it exposed and take care around it. Do you know we're all floating about, dancing about, one kick in the wrong place and the wire's down and the vent's cracked? Houston, we have a problem. What have you done? Well, I was doing a somersault and the fucking vent came off. 3 of us have been sucked out into space, right? But I find it quite, I don't know, man. It shouldn't be like that, surely. It should not be in that condition. I mean, this is a serious fucking place to be. Traveling through space. You can't just pull into a garage and get, I don't know, a new battery. You know, you're traveling at great speed. You're in the unknown. It's seemingly very harsh and dangerous. But hey, what the heck, right? What the heck? Who's gonna care? Who's gonna be looking? Well, we're gonna be looking. I mean, I don't buy it, and I've seen this before with the International Space Station. And they've got wires hanging down and fucking people, and that's only the people. They've got wires up here, they've got a vent hanging out, they're kicking stuff about, and it's like, wait a minute. I mean, it's got to be a joke, right? And it reminded me as well of remember on the Apollo mission? Do you know they're on the moon the first time, basically? So dangerous and just, imagine how scared you would be, man. On the moon, one false move and you're fucking finished, man. You're done. One wee hole in your spacesuit and you're gone. I don't know, something like that, let's say. At least going by what they tell us, of course, in my view, you would never be on the moon in the first place. But remember when they tried to tell us they were, and we got this here? Yeah, astronauts on the moon. Not a care in the world, jumping about, falling about, bouncing back up like they were attached to a string, like a puppet on a string. Quite fitting, right? Look at them, how they just fall about, man. Not a care in the world. Not a care in the world, man. And that happened quite a lot. Quite a lot. One of them even fell on his back. So onto his backpack, which seemingly contained the oxygen that was seemingly could last about 4 weeks. And it was like, really? Have you seen the oxygen tanks that you get to go under the water? Have you seen how long they last? But that backpack, I mean, what technology had they got then? You know? What were they hiding then? But I think it was John. No, it was actually, what's his name? He was on with Bart Sabrell. Bugger. Forgetting his name now. Forgetting his name. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. So anyway, he fell on his back, and he did say in a interview, I was a bit worried when I fell on my back because the oxygen, And I'm like, well, mate, you should be worried. You should be. And why would you even be jumping about, prancing about like a fucking school kid on the moon? I mean, you would honestly see if we'll put it on again, right? I mean, look at how it's so obviously fake as well. People can't tell it's fake. But you wouldn't know what it was like on the moon. Look at them, man. No concern about the gloves, no concern whatsoever. Do you know what? It could be sinking sand. It could be there could be like a cave or a tunnel that you might step on, that you would fucking fall right in and never be seen again. No, not a concern in the world. Driving about in it as well. What about they could go down a crevice and they're talking about craters bigger than the fucking Grand Canyon and what have you. But they're driving about on a buggy. A buggy, man. Like a go-kart. You know, skidding about. And people bought it. People bought it, man. Well, some people did anyway. So I reckon, I don't know, man. And I kind of feel that's, you know, when you look at the Odyssey 2001 movie and different space movies, they show you the inside of a capsule. You don't get that because the movie, well, I'm assuming anyway, the people who make the movie, they're thinking, well, wait a minute, you'll be in space, seemingly. What you want to do is you want to put that in away in casing. You want to put that pipe in casing, put the wires away, nothing hanging about, no dangers, right? Not NASA. No, no, not NASA. Forget it, man. Forget it. And of course, we did see, we got from our meaties, we got a new Earthrise image to condition the masses once again. Look how beautiful it is. The Earth coming up there. Wait a minute, is part of it must be missing, right? Oh no, it's the shadow. Yeah, but would it not still be kind of lit up? Yeah, but it's the exposure from the photograph. And don't be a conspiracy theorist, right? I mean, even looking at that, I can't buy it. I cannot buy it. I reckon that one you're probably looking at a AI CGI image. That would be my feel. And of course, we had a lot of people have been comparing it to Apollo 8 when I think it was Bill Anders took the photograph of the Earth rising beyond the moon. And when you look at that, they made it into a stamp, right? But when you look at the Earth there, I mean, it looks like it would be a weird shape. I don't know if that's because it's been printed weird on the stamp. Fuck, we went too far. But it's like, wait, what kind of shape is the Earth again? It's a pear shape, right? So is it it might be my vision. Maybe it's been a bit stretched by being put on the stamp. But it's like, what the fuck? That can't be a sphere. Do you know if you try and complete the image in your brain? If you know what I mean. I'm terrible at explaining. But you try to complete that as a let's say a sphere in your brain. It wouldn't. I don't think it would be that shape. It would be a weird fucking egg shape. And yeah, in the beginning, God. So when we wondered about the beginning, Apollo 8 told us, in the beginning, God. Of course, Apollo 8 went to the moon and kind of a wee bit like our meaties, they seemingly flew around it. Which you kind of think, yeah, but did they not say they seen the back of the moon for the first time? For mankind's first time? I'm unsure. I mean, Apollo, from going by what they've said, Apollo 8 seemingly flew round the moon, came back to Earth. Then I think they had Apollo. I'm unsure if they had Apollo 9. I think they had Apollo 10. And I think they done basically the same. And it was Gene Cernan. And they done a kind of dry run for Apollo 11. So they took the module and what have you. But they never it never went down to the moon or anything like that. So seemingly what they say is the first time the module, remember the one that Armstrong landed on the moon on, and it was a bit hairy, scary for a few moments. It was like, oh, is it what's gonna happen? That was the first time that one had actually been used because they had 5 of them on Earth, let's say, and 3 of them blew up. So the other 2 were for training, and the one they seemingly used on the moon had never even been tested. Never even been tested once, man. And three of them blew up, and Armstrong himself blew one up that he lost control of quite easily. And people buy that, man. Do you know, completely flawless. The most important mission ever, man. And it was like not a mistake made anywhere. Completely flawless. At least going by what they tell you, right? But if you do have eyes that can see, it might not be completely flawless after all. So that picture was taken by Bill Anders on Apollo 8 in 1968, I think it would have been. And he said, after it, later on, Bill Anders said, quote, that there's the Earth coming up, Anders said at the time. Wow, it's pretty. Wow, is that pretty? It's beautiful. Anders later compared the sight of the Earth to a fragile Christmas tree ornament. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Oh, there's Norman in the hood. Good to see you, Norman. I hope you're doing well. All the way in South Africa. I hope you're doing good. Good to see you, Norman. A lot of respect and time for Norman. Anybody else quickly that I missed? Call him in the hood. We're all good, like a Kinder egg. Yeah, it might be, right? It might be. So Anders compared it to a fragile Christmas tree ornament. I mean, your mind would not go there, man. It wouldn't. That's not what you wouldn't. You wouldn't compare it to that. But you see, when you stand back and look at it all in the big picture, Anders said a fragile Christmas tree ornament. He could have said anything, but the important thing was to say how fragile the earth is, at least from their point of view, because that's what it's all about. It's all about that. We need to look after the planet now, which is probably true, to be fair. But the whole game here is bringing the world together under one fucking umbrella. The umbrella of Satan, by the looks of it. That's where it's going, man. Because remember, this whole perception put across by these Anders and the Apollo crew and now Artemis crew. The world is so fragile. We must protect it. So do what we fucking tell you to do. No, you can't drive anymore. No. Look at the pollution. Look at what you've done. I thought you were a space aid. No, not anymore. We're the carbon company now. And we've got the data because we control the satellites. You see? NASA indeed has the key. They'll be the ones who say, wait a minute. Looking at the data here from the super duper computer, it does not look great. The world's going to burst into flames in about, 2030. So we need to implement stricter guidelines, stricter rules in terms of, well, let's face it, living. That's what it's going to be. It's already coming, man. It's already coming. So the whole point, even going back to Apollo, was to, we're going to go to the moon. And they even said this themselves. We went to the moon, but we discovered the Earth. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, man. If that doesn't tell you what you need to know, I don't know what does, right? We went to the moon and we discovered the Earth. Wait, how does that even work? How does that work, right? So that was their game. That was their whole gig at that time. And it is again. Basically, a lot of them came out and said, yeah, it's very fragile. So I'm concerned now. We're worried about the planet. And people should be too. And take my word for it, we went there. It really happened. Sure. Why not, right? So very fragile. And that's one, I've talked about that in the past, man. In particular with the guy, the handler, Michael Collins. He was the handler. And he was the one that came out with the message of how fragile it looked. It's so fragile, it's like a teeny wee dot in the sky. And we need to look after it now. We've got no choice anymore. And you can't argue. There's going to be no arguing about it. We done it. You done it. Of course, we get the blame, right? We get the blame. So remember that one. And I'll take you to... So we had April the 1st. They launched the rocket. April 1st. What day is that again? Is that someone's birthday? Is that Christmas Day? Oh, it's April Fool's Day. Of course. Of course it is. I mean, that would be NASA, right? We'll launch on April Fool's Day. But will people not think it's a joke? Aye, but hey, what the fuck? What does it matter anymore? People don't care, man. Look at what we did to them in 2020. We said, hey, lock yourself up and throw away the key. And a lot of them, well, they done it. They done it. They fucking done it. So April 1st, April 6th flyby. And then what are we? April 11, splashdown. So 1, 6, 11, which going by my mathematics would be 18. 1 plus 6 plus 11. Yeah, 18. Which of course would be divided by 3. 6. 3 sixes, man. 6, 6, 6 equals, yeah, 18. So would that be a coincidence? I mean, that one you could, I could probably let you say, but that's a bit of a stretch, that. You can divide it by anything and make anything. But that kind of sticks out though, right? The 1st, the 6th, the 11th, 1, 6, 11 would be 18. Yeah, it would be. There you go, 3 sixes. In plain sight, right? In plain sight. So they had splashdown yesterday. I did kind of watch. Well, I never stayed up because it was quite late. I did plan to, but I fell asleep. I fell asleep, man. But I did catch it in the morning. And again, I had this kind of hope that, it's going to be different this time. It's going to be different. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to think, fucking hell, they did do it. They never dropped it from an aircraft. It came out of the sky. Well, the space. It came out of space, right? Oh, wait, it's upside down. Oh, no, there it goes. It's all right now. But of course, upon watching it, I just thought, fucking hell, they've done it again, man. They've done it again. So blatant as well. So blatant in terms of how they operate. Yeah, I want to show you now. I want to show you a couple of videos. Where are they? Anybody know where they are? Excuse me. One of the funniest ones is the separation for I think it was the separation for coming back to the Earth, right? And yeah, it's always quite telling. I don't think. Let me see. We've got 2 separations to look at. I think I've got the first one here, which is about 20 seconds. So we'll play that, and we'll have a look. I'm unsure if you can even hear me now, but there you go. It's coming away. I can't pause it. I'll play it again. I mean, you can tell it's fake. You can tell. Look at the wee spray as well. The wee spray of water's like a fucking water gun attached to it. Psh, psh. I mean, you can tell, right? You can tell. And again, I was kind of hoping maybe it'll be different. Maybe it'll feel different. Maybe I won't think they faked it. I think I was more hoping. Because then we wouldn't have to continue to call them out for their lies and deception, but it's not, man. They faked it again. They faked it again. So I'll show you that again, quickly. Where did it go? It's not there now. It disappeared. Here we go. So there it separates there. I mean, it's fake. You can tell it's fake. So you can see that it's fake, right? I don't know if you could hear me over that video, but you can tell it's fake just by looking at it. And remember Musk saying, yeah, you know it's real because it looks so fake. Remember when he sent the Tesla, into space? Funny, they never seen that. I thought they might have seen it. Oh, there he goes, look. The guy in the Tesla. But we never seen him. Maybe he's on Mars now. Yeah, that was hilarious, that, man. But, I mean, yeah, people buy that. They think, oh, yeah, that's it. It's separated. And that was a genuine video they gave you. It's not like, I'll play it one more time. I mean, your gut instinct can tell you. Surely people can see that that's not in space, man. I've seen people say, well, that was CGI. To be fair, I would lean towards that being a miniature. I think that's a model. I think we're seeing miniature model in action there. There could be a wee bit of tampering, CGI tampering. You know, there could be a mixed bag, but I think the main of that is a is a model where they've got it attached to a wire and a string, and they pull it apart, and they release some kind of, I think it might be in water or steam. I've seen people say, well, maybe it was in water. Possibly, possibly. But for me, it's definitely a miniature setup where they've got models and it's on fucking pulleys, and you know, that would be my view. That would be my view. Let me know if you think maybe different. Another video. Well, actually, I'll show you. I'll show you quickly. In regards to that clip that we just seen. So, in terms of it being a miniature and a model, if you go into AI, it'll tell you it's a model. It'll tell you why it's a model. It'll tell you why it's not in space, what they call space, in brackets, of course, right? So you're kind of, if you can see that, you can see a dense field of specks between camera and subject. You're likely looking at a set, air, mist, dust, water, not a vacuum, not a vacuum, not a vacuum. I've heard people say, do you know, you would instruments like that would probably get crushed in space. But any kind of NASA instrument, you've never seen them showing it like it's been crushed. Although there was one, I think it was Apollo 17, and it was like the duct tape came off the back, and it was all like the wind had blew it, like the wind had blew it in, and you could see it visibly to the point where NASA did comment and said there was a bit of damage on the back, but it didn't do anything. It didn't matter. It didn't. The whole back end was fucking blown in. That was comical, that one. So yeah, if you look at the video of that, you can slow it down. You see the kind of heavy glare, the bloom from a near strong light source, which of course NASA or the doting minions. Oh, but it's the sun though. Huh. Oh, but they've got a light on they've got a floodlight on it. Oh, right. Security light. Mm-hmm. So not a stage light. No, no, it won't be that. It won't be that. Visible illuminated particles between camera and object. Particles catch the light, making the space visible. Surface reads like a lit prop. Hard reflections and panel seams. It's a model. It's a model. It's quite clearly a model. And as soon as I seen it, I thought, fucking hell, they've done it again. They've done it again. They've not even changed. Well, they might have added a wee spray. Psh, psh. How that could even work in space, I don't know. I don't think it would. It wouldn't work like that. I mean, what is it spraying off of? It's seemingly in a vacuum, right? So we had that one. I mean, there's several, to be fair. I think in total there was about 8, and I've took out 3. The beam light glow reads as light scattering through matter, a classic miniature tell. And remember, you can go and look it up, and I did do a video maybe about a year ago pointing to it. You had people in Hollywood who this was their job. They would make models like this to make it look real, to the point where they done it in Apollo 13, the movie, not the NASA one, not that movie, but the Hollywood movie, right? Right? They made miniatures. Not only that, at that very time, this is God's honest truth, man. At that very time, the director of Apollo 13 got in touch with NASA and said to them, look, we're building model miniatures. Can you tell us what to do and how to best carry it out? And unbelievably, the person they spoke to at NASA was a miniature enthusiast. That was his hobby. He was one of the head honchos at NASA, and he worked in his spare time, wink wink, with miniature fucking models. Shock, horror. So of course he went on to help Apollo 13 because of course he said, well, hey, I'll show you how we do it. Come on down. Look at the models we've got. That is the God's honest truth, man. And I found that out through an interview with the guy, Howard. Fuck, what's his name again? Howard the Duck. What's his? Ron Howard? I think it might be Ron Howard. Is it Ron? Someone will know. He was the director of Apollo 13. And that is the God's honest truth, man. He let slip to that. The guy at NASA, he knew what to do. Of course he did. The particulate field stays in the same volume as the object exits, reinforcing a small contained environment. So they've got a big setup, well, a small setup going on. All darked out. Shut the curtains. Spray the water. Fire up the smoke machine. Right, grab the winch. Right, reel it out. Right, add the AI. There you go. Bob's your uncle. Object exits frame, but particles remain obvious in the same volume. Specks vary in size, brightness, like nearby dust droplets. What, in space? Oh, debris, space debris. That's what it'll be. Slow, controlled movement feels like miniature photography. Shock horror. Not even a video, probably. A couple of stills put together by the Hollywood experts down at NASA. Shock horror. They can't even do a good job, man. They can't even do a good job. Foreground structure plus particles creates small set depth cues. Shock horror. I mean, you can feel it. As soon as I seen it, I thought, yep, they've done it again. It's a miniature again. You know, I was kind of hoping for something a wee bit different. Something that was maybe not so blatant. But all they've done is went back to Apollo, grabbed the blueprints, and rolled it out again. 3, 2, 1, action! Artemis 2 or Apollo Part 2, the sequel. Apollo the sequel. We'll go with that. And this came in today. So part of the NASA Artemis mission, it was the European Space Agency. They were helping. And now we can officially confirm we have a new vape shop and a Turkish barbers on the moon currently. So yeah, we did go. We're there to stay from now on, right? Shock horror. And I did see one as well before we look at another video or two. This one. Now that one I could believe, to be fair. They went to the moon. Well, they buried the Epstein files, but they would be burying the rest of them as well. The King Charles files, the Trump files, the Biden files, you name it. The NASA files, look out for it. That'll be in the pipeline. Pretty much guaranteed that'll be in the pipeline. So if we go to... why is that? Because we're on the big screen. One day I'll get it right. One of these days we're going to get it right. If I put on... Where are we going to go to now? We'll look at another separation. Quite funny. Before we kind of play that...
And we have confirmation.
I mean, it is so funny. Can I make that bigger? He says... That's as big as it gets. I could make it bigger like that, I suppose. Fuck it, we'll go with that. That way you'll get a better view. Oh yeah, if I do that. What the heck? You have an obscured item. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure, it's me that's done it! Update. Fuck it. We're alright, it's not hiding anything. We're all good. So that'll be alright. We'll quickly check the time. What are we? 10, 9, 11. 9/11, man! Fucking hell. Bang on 9/11. Shock horror. It's is that a coincidence? Oh, I don't know. Spooky. Spooky, man. 9/11 on the dot. So we'll go maybe till about 10:30. So we've got another hour or so, which is all right. We're doing good. We're doing good. See, if people don't distract me, I'm all right. Now comes the distraction. So we'll go in the comments and see what the crack is. See if I've missed anybody. I should have done an audio check as well. I'm assuming we're okay. We can't hear you. Oh. Anybody there quickly? Freedom fighter, Sean in the hood. I see Carmel in the hood. I hope you're doing well, Carmel. There's another rhyme, man. Fucking on fire tonight. On fire, man. It's on fire. Good to see you. Palm Beach Pete. Yeah, I seen that guy. Palm Beach Pete. That's funny, right? What a fucking world we're in, man. Some people they're adamant that's Epstein. I mean, could they be that brass neck? They probably could. They probably could. Do you know? Oh, I just look like the guy. But no one knew that before. Seemingly stayed there for years. I mean, you'd think people would know him, right? Surely. Could they pull that out the hat? I mean, to be honest, they could fake that. They could do that. It probably wouldn't be that hard. When you've got all the money in the world, you can do pretty much fucking anything. So yeah, I wouldn't rule that out. That Palm Beach Pete being Epstein, I would not rule it out. I kind of can't see it. But it's a bit weird. It is a bit weird. It's like, wait a minute. It's Epstein. Who you kidding here? Maybe they messed about with the voice box and a wee bit here and there. Find that a bit strange, that one. But I did notice that. Maybe we might look into it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where that goes, right? Yeah, that's what she said. Not to me. Not to me. She never. She said it was big enough, man. Right? We're going with that. So yeah, we're looking at another separation. Here we've seemingly got the module in the main capsule, Orion, that's taking them back to Earth, right? So that's the capsule they're going to splash down. It won't be dropped off a plane. It'll come through the atmosphere, burn up like a million billion zillion degrees. I bet, will it not melt? Nah, it won't melt. We've got a super duper shield on it that can withstand any heat in the universe. Oh, man. So they've always got a way of kind of worming out of it. Yeah, but, you know, it's not going to melt and it'll come down, they'll put the chutes out, it'll land in the sea. There won't even be any steam coming off of it, do you know? Even though it's probably boiling hot still. It just lands in the water and that's it. I mean, it's not hot when it lands in the water. Again, I'm not an expert, but I kind of feel it would be. I kind of feel it would be still warm, at least. And there would be smoke or steam coming off. But then who am I, right? Oh, Jay Hart in the hood. I hope you're doing well, Jay. Good to see you. Back again. Anybody else that I missed quickly? Just the cause. They don't need AI CGI. Most people would believe Mr. Spoon goes to Ban Moon. Yeah, that's true. And that's what I've said as well. They hardly need to fool anybody now, man. A lot of people, they'll buy it. They don't even need convinced anymore. They don't. They don't. If it comes from NASA, it must be true. That's what people think. I mean, there was once upon a time I probably thought that. Going back to maybe say from school until I was about maybe 20, mid-20s, NASA was the go-to. If you wanted to know anything about space or what have you, you went to NASA. They would tell you. Today, nah, forget it. We're okay, we're good for the sound. I'll take your word for it, Carmel. A long-term sufferer of that's life, but not as we know it. So,
of crew module, service module separation.
we always get that as well. So, seemingly, this is a real video, a confirmed NASA live feed video of the capsule. And as soon as it starts to get released, it's all glitchy. Oh, fuck, right, throw in the glitches. Then cut the screen to animation because after about a couple of seconds, it clearly goes straight to an animation. It's got to be. It doesn't say animation. A lot of the time, NASA do put animation in the bottom corner, but they didn't. And some people out there actually think that the second part coming up.
And we have confirmation of crew module, service module
See,
separation.
there was the glitch there. Again, this, in my view, we're looking at a model miniature. It's not CGI. It's a miniature model. The kind of thing you would see Barbie in Action Man. Might even be too wee for them, to be fair. So they go,
crew module,
they give it a few seconds, and then they put the animation. I mean, that's 100% an animation. I mean, you can see it, right? You can see it. But they never said, oh, it's an animation. But it clearly is. I mean, come on. People can't be that silly, right? So we'll play it from there. Is it going to play? Press play. And look at the Earth as well.
And we have crossed.
What the fuck's happened there? Got this weird big bulge coming out it. Wait a minute. Oh, it'll be because of the fisheye. Ah, that's what it is. Oh, it's got the fisheye on it. Again, in my view, I know people say, oh, it's the fisheye and it's because of the camera lens. But then if that's the case and they're saying what they are, this is flying over the Earth currently. Is that what they're saying? It's got a fisheye lens on it, but they are flying over the Earth. Whereas in my view, this is not real either. This is clearly, again, some kind of studio work where they have this screen rolling and the camera coming up, and it's like the Earth going by, and it's got this weird fucking bulge on it again, which we get that quite a bit on the old ISS feeds. You know, the camera goes upside down and there's a weird curve in the Earth. So you do get that. You do get that. But for me, that's not the Earth. I can't see it. I can't see it. I wouldn't lean towards that being the Earth, I'm afraid. I reckon that's being faked as well.
The threshold now entering the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, yeah,
We're at
yeah.
400,000
So
feet,
we're going to get to see that, right?
34,800
Well, maybe not.
feet per second.
So we're on our way to splashdown.
Splashdown, sending post-landing command now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown, waiting on VLDR.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07 p.m.
Funny as
Central
well on,
Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time.
One of the...
From the pages of...
Why is it not pausing? There we go. One of the Apollo astronauts once got asked, what was the most scariest part of the mission throughout? Or, wait, it might have been, what was the most scariest part of the mission? Or the part you was most scared about? And I think it might have been, I'm unsure, so I'll probably get the name wrong. But he said, the most scariest part was re-entry. That was the only bit he was worried about. Re-entry. Wasn't worried about being on the moon and dying on the moon or fucking getting sucked off. Well, maybe not sucked off, but hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe Buzz was feeling a bit and that did happen. But it's like unreal to think that you're traveling all that distance. You're in a seemingly a foreign fucking environment. Harsh and just dangerous, man. But your biggest concern throughout is re-entry. I thought that was quite telling. Because I thought, if they are in the capsule, it's got to be dropped from an aircraft, right? I know in a simulation they done in Apollo, they done they done quite a lot of simulations, but they done one where they were simulating a splashdown, but they got the coordinates wrong, and the module landed in the mountains in Spain, and they killed the whole crew. And it's like, oh, but that gave you an idea of how complicated that would probably be. Do you know, trying to get this trajectory, get it to land exactly where you want it, and not on the fucking Alps or in the Grand Canyon. At one point, there was and this is God's honest truth again. At one point, they had an idea where the module, when it done re-entry, it never had the parachute. It was a kind of parachute, but it was like a paraglider. Fuck it. This, honest to God, man. And that is actually where paragliding came from. Because what they had came up with was this kind of makeshift parachute fucking wing or wings that you could put on the module that would come out and you could kind of fly it, guide it back into the sea. So they were going to paraglide it. Oh man, it was it was going to be paraglided, but they backed out of that. They backed out and thought, nah, I think we're better off going with the parachutes and chucking it out the back of the aircraft, the Hercules, and just into the water. But that is seemingly where the invention of the paragliding came from. So I guess we can thank NASA for that as well. We're so lucky, the stuff that NASA has given us in the past. So that's 1.9 trillion billion million zillion well spent. Sure. Yeah, let's go with that.
Jules
let's
Verne to a
see.
modern-day mission
there
to
we
the
go.
moon. A new chapter of the
landed.
exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete.
See, some people think that's
Integrity's
fake,
astronauts
but
back on
I
Earth.
reckon they do throw it out an aircraft. That's what they done in Apollo, and I would pretty much guarantee they've done it here as well. Some photos going about, I don't know how real they are, but like they've added scorch marks to the module. But when you look at these videos, you can't see any sign of burning or scorching on the module. You clearly can't. I mean, you can see it.
Side hatch of Integrity is open.
That's them coming out.
You're getting
I
these
kind of get the
beautiful
feeling
shots from our
if you
aerial
came into
assets.
Earth in a module like
The
that,
ship itself, where I'm on,
you'd
just
be fucking,
3,000
your
yards
body would be
away.
like a can of soup. You'd be done. And I think even coming down on the parachute in this strangely shaped object, I can see why the astronaut was worried about that. That was his only fear. Yeah, because you weren't going to the fucking moon. You wasn't in space. But the thing you did actually have to do is get dropped from a Hercules and hope that the parachute comes out. Because if the parachute doesn't come out and you hit that water at a rate of fucking knots, you would know about it. You'd be finished, well and truly done. You would be, yeah, you would. Your bones would come right out your skin, man. Right out your skin. So I can see why. I thought that was quite telling. He wasn't worried about the moon, space, aliens, comets, fucking any of that, man. He was more concerned about the parachutes not coming out in the so-called re-entry. And I did see people talking about, well, why do they get a lifeboat, 2 lifeboats, and a helicopter? Why did they not just take them away in a boat? Which is a fair question. That is a fair question. When I did look at that in the past, seemingly they put them in a helicopter because they're so weak. Their bodies are so weak. They've not got the energy. They've been in space for 10 days. Do you know, you would be done in. You would need about a week's recovery. So you would be a long time until you're up and running about and anything like that. Because, well, 10 days in space. Through the Van Allen belt. Did they? Didn't they? Do we know? Do we don't know? What sort of effects would it have on the human body? On the mind? And, well, mentally and physically. So we looked at that one. I want to show you, we'll go to when they're in the module, seemingly in space.
Well, Courtney's running this press conference, and she knows I always speak the truth, sometimes with a little bit of embellishment. But I will tell you exactly as it went when we watched that Earth eclipse behind the moon.
Did you hear him there? He always speaks the truth. Well, maybe sometimes, maybe not. Very honest. Very honest. Very honest, right? Interesting.
Well, Courtney's running this press conference, and she knows I always speak the truth, sometimes with a little bit of embellishment. But I will tell you exactly as it went when we watched that Earth eclipse behind the moon. Wow, I'm actually getting chills right now just thinking about my palms are sweating. But it is amazing to watch your home planet disappear behind the moon. You could see the atmosphere. You could actually see the terrain in the moon projected across the Earth as the Earth was eclipsing behind the moon. It was just an unbelievable sight. And then it was gone. It was out of sight. And we took a moment here. We had a lot of scientific work to do right there. That was probably the most critical lunar observations for our geology team. But the four of us took a moment. We shared maple cookies that Jeremy had brought, and we took about 3 or 4 minutes just as a crew to really reflect on where we were, and then it was right back into the science. And it is a surreal feeling, but we had a lot of work to do too, and I think that kept our focus. And so it's only come like later, and we still haven't even begun to reflect on this mission. We had a little bit of a light work day yesterday, and we were starting to journal and reflect a little bit. And there's a lot that our brains have to process. Human minds should not go through what these just went through, and it is a true gift. And we have a lot that we just need to think about and journal and write, and then we'll get the full feeling of what we just went through.
So, okay. Wait, what? So human minds shouldn't go through what they went through, right? Well, that's lucky then, right? That's a wee bit lucky. Quite surreal, seemingly. Interesting. Unbelievable, even. Unbelievable. Can't process it. Struggling to think, you know? Brain's not ticking over properly. The effects of MK Ultra can be strong. The sense of MK Ultra is strong here. So they've not had time, 10 days floating about, can't process it. All happened so quick. 10 days quick? Sure, why not, right? So again, if we look at, where is the one? Oh, is that not there? I think I've got it here though. So if we take that away and put that one, it would be this one.
I had an opportunity earlier to answer this question from my own perspective, and we have seen just some extraordinary things that I thought we might see. They looked similar to what I thought they might look like, and other things that I just had never even imagined. And those were different perspectives that we saw these things from, but I have to say, it hasn't changed my perspective or the perspective that I launched with. The perspective I launched with was that we live on a fragile planet in the vacuum, in the void of space. We know this from science. We're very fortunate to live on planet Earth. And the other perspective that I've sort of learned from others through life is that our purpose on the planet as humans is to find the joy in lifting each other up by creating solutions together instead of destroying. And when you see it from out here, it doesn't change it. It just absolutely reaffirms that. It's almost like seeing living proof of it.
Yeah, interesting that, right? Almost like seeing living proof of what? The world being one. And of course, yeah, fragile, of course, yeah, get that in. Don't forget that. Because that's the main message they put out. Oh, it's very teeny and fragile. You must now take care of it and bow down to the new world order. Because we're in control. We've got the data. You're nobody. We know, you don't. That's how it goes down with NASA. Quite incredible some of the stuff they appear to come away with. Let me just play that one again. Play it again, Sam. Where did it go? There it goes.
I had an opportunity earlier to answer this question from my own perspective, and we have seen just some extraordinary things that I thought we might see. They looked similar to what I thought they might look like, and other things that I just had never even imagined. And those were different perspectives that we saw these things from. But I have to say, it hasn't changed my perspective or the perspective that I launched with. But the perspective I launched with was that we live on a fragile planet in the vacuum, in the void of space. We know this from science. We're very fortunate to live on planet Earth. And the other perspective that I've sort of learned from others through life is that our purpose on the planet as humans is to find the joy in lifting each other up by creating solutions together instead of destroying. And when you see it from out here, it doesn't change it. It just absolutely reaffirms that. It's almost like seeing living proof of it.
Yeah, interesting choice of words there. Very interesting. And of course we know because science, what was it going to say again? Science what? Oh, proved it. Yeah, science proved it. So we know. So you don't need to take my word for it, even though I'm fucking up here in space. But science proved it. Before. Yeah. And quite an interesting one when they came back as well. From the moon, of course. So let's see if we can get it up.
3, 2, 1.
This is weird, this, man. So I've clipped a bit of it. It was a weird kind of conference. Very strange. Not quite as strange as the Apollo 11 one. But I think they've learned a lesson or two from that. Watch with the body language, remember. But if the MK Ultra kicks in, yeah, there could be... Well, if it fails even, there could be trouble. And at the very start here, they done this weird MK Ultra sinking thing that they done. Here it goes, look.
Think real quick. 3, 2, 1. Integrity.
Like a hypnotist.
So we wear these Acta watches, and if you hit this button, the red light lights up, which tells you got a good battery. And I don't know why, but for the last 2 years when we wear these, hey Hopper, for the last 2 years when we wear these things, it just kind of brings us back into focus whenever we get a little distracted. So we did a lot of syncing when we were on this mission for no reason whatsoever. I have absolutely no idea what to say. This is 24 hours ago, the Earth was that big out the window and we were doing Mach 39, and here we are back at Ellington at home.
Yeah, I mean, that's even in that, there's quite a lot. It kind of doesn't make any sense what he's saying. And that's coming from me. That's coming from me, man. Do you know? But they done that weird sync in their watches, talking about a red light that was to do with the battery. So we went from syncing, so they're on the same time, to a red light in regards to the battery. And he then said that they done that quite a lot on the mission, almost out of boredom because they had nothing to do. But yet, in other interviews, we never had time. We were constantly doing scientific missions for science. Yeah, so you weren't just syncing your watches and picking your nose and doing somersaults then. I mean, it's weird, right? We'll go back again, man. We've got time.
3, 2, 1. Integrity. So we wear these Acta watches, and if you hit this button, the red light lights up, which tells you got a good battery. And I don't know why, but for the last 2 years when we wear these, hey Hopper, for the last 2 years when we wear these things.
See him, people will say, it's because he went to the moon, but his brain's scattered, man. He's got the scattered brain. He's waving at someone in the crowd. He's talking about the watch. He doesn't know what to say. At least that's the impression that he's giving you. If you look past that It's like a theater, man. This is like it's like a scripted fucking show, a game show.
It just kind of brings us back into focus whenever we get a little distracted. So we did a lot of syncing when we were on this mission for no reason whatsoever. I have absolutely no idea what to say. This is 24 hours ago. The Earth was that big out the window, and we were doing Mach 39, and here we are back at Ellington at home.
Cue the audience laughter. Yep, egg them on a wee bit more. Bring them in, get them laughing. That seemingly deserves a high five. Yeah, USA, USA.
Every one of us are just going to give a couple words, but I get the mic first, so I'm going to start. Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, we are bonded forever, and no one down here is ever going to know what the four of us just went through, and it was the most special thing that will ever happen in my life.
No one's ever going to know what we went through. But people are going back to the moon, though, seemingly. So I don't know, why would you say that? What are they hiding there? It implies secrecy to something that nobody's ever gonna know what they went through. But people have seemingly been before, and we're going back as well after this. But people are never, who's never gonna know? We, the people, we are never going to know what they went through. But yet we've seen photos and videos and what have you, but we'll never know the true extent of what they went through, which would be an MK Ultra program. Of course, that's what it would be. And when I think about it as well, I'm sure that guy's got like kids and a wife, and he's saying it's the best, greatest thing ever. Well, what about the family? What about the day you got married? Nah, forget that. Forget it. These guys, we're the best now. This is the best now. I mean, it must have been good drugs, right? Must have been.
And our families are over here, and with the exception
right in front of the family as well.
Susie and Jeannie, who are in the audience, but I don't know where they are. But Dot, I'm going to hit McDonald's later today, in honor of your husband.
I mean, he's all over the place.
No one knows what the families went through, man. This was not easy.
Now comes the acting.
200,000 plus miles away from home. Like, before you launch, it feels like it's the greatest dream on Earth.
Not even getting the distance correct as well. Like, he's kind of stumbling about in the dark here. But he's got a script to go by. You know, they like to tug on your emotion and what have you, and just sort of soak you in, so you fall for it. Look at it.
And when you're out there, you just want to get back to your families and your friends. It's a special thing to be a human, and it's a special thing to be on planet Earth. Thank you.
The violin. Oh, high five. Yeah. Wait a minute, group hug. Yeah, do the group hug. Do the group hug. That seemingly that earned a standing ovation.
When we saw Tiny Earth, people asked our crew what impressions we had. And
yeah, that's quite funny, that. Oh, the tiny Earth. Yeah, but it's bigger than the moon, though. So when you're, let's say you're going to the moon's the smaller one. Well, it should be, right? It should be. But the Earth's so tiny. It's teeny, toty, tiny, fragile, fucking Christmas tree ornament tiny. Remember that. That's the message, man. That's the message. That's the message. They want all the world focused and all singing from the one hymn sheet. They want everybody on the same page, man. This is quite an interesting one, this.
What impressions we had. And honestly, what struck me wasn't necessarily just Earth. It was all the blackness around it. Earth was just this lifeboat hanging.
Never mind the stars.
Undisturbingly in the universe.
Oh dear. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Houston, we have a problem.
So,
How do you reboot?
I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned.
Weird, right?
Everything
Fucking weird, that, man.
this journey has yet to teach me.
Weird, it was like... I mean, I forget stuff, but that was just plain weird, man. Look, I'll take it back. I thought, what the just happened there? Even the audience, if you listen to the audience, they're a bit like, what's going on? they kind of want to cheer and they kind of don't want to cheer because they're a bit like, what the is going on? Is she okay? Has the MK Ultra run out? You know? She needs a quick top up and the roll up the sleeve and maybe it goes in the forehead. Boof. Right in the forehead. So play it again. It was, I don't know, strange, man.
That this journey has yet to teach me. But there's one new thing I know, and that is planet Earth, you are a crew.
Yeah, we're all the same crew. See, that's the main message. We'll go back and we'll see the the MK Ultra glitching. But you see, that's the message again. We're all the same crew in planet Earth. We should all hail to the same singular entity. Because it's so fragile, remember? Remember what Michael Collins told us? So fragile, hanging there in space. You could put it behind your thumb, seemingly. You could put your thumb in the air, and the Earth was gone. Now it's a wee tiny lifeboat hanging in the fucking darkness. A lifeboat. And it's totally teeny tiny. It's gigantic, seemingly. I mean, it can't be both, right? It can't be. So we'll try and go back to the MK Ultra glitch. It was a bit of a strange one. I thought, oh no, she's about to fucking blow up. It's all gotten a bit too much, you know? Where did we... Maybe from about there. Let's see.
Undisturbingly in the universe.
Oh. Is she okay?
Uh-oh.
Listen to the crowd.
So...
They don't know what's going on.
I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned, everything that this journey has yet to teach me. But there's one new thing I know, and that is planet Earth, you are a crew. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so planet Earth, you are a crew, is basically saying, look, we're all one. The Earth is one. That's the message. That's the bottom line message from NASA. You, the Earth, the people, all one together. We need to be part of the same crew, looking after each other. That's the main message. And back in 1969, that was the message. Today, 2026, it's the same message. It is Apollo, the sequel. It is Apollo, Déjà Vu, shock horror. And we will, most likely, we'll do a kind of part 2. We did go a wee bit over. What are we now? 2:11. Not 9:11 this time. But we're 2:11 on the kind of nose. Is there... How long is that video again? It's a wee bit long. But there you go. Let's look at quickly the separation again. Thunderbirds are go! And we have liftoff. Right, spray the water, spray the water. Psh, 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 psh. Some guy fucking blowing it through a straw. Psh, 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 psh. There you go, right? Yeah, it was just some guy blowing water through a straw. It's not CGI. It's a straw, water, vape smoke, and some duct tape, and 2 miniature models they got from Hollywood. Although in saying that, it's Hollywood who get the models from NASA. That's the way it goes down. I mean, hey, again, I kind of wished it wouldn't be the case. I wish they weren't going to fake it again. This time it was going to be different. Yeah, I'm glad I never held my breath anyway. Put it that way. It would have been a mistake, right? It would have been a mistake. So we will indeed be back again, likely on Friday. So look out for that one. Quite a bit of the horn signs going on as well. I did notice that. And in the intro that I played, the 666 symbolism. You know, the AOK sign that they do. Oh, it means AOK. It doesn't mean, it's just a coincidence. It's a coincidence that it's 666. It's nothing to do with the devil. Yeah. We kind of wish that was the case, but I mean, we're fooling. We've got to be honest with ourselves more than anybody. Too cynical. Far too cynical. Yeah, I know, right? Story of my life. Story of my life, man. I hope you're doing well, Lance. Sean as well. Yeah, it was Ron Howard. Yeah, I did get it right. Shock horror. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Lance, Carmel, and my long lost son, Richard. Where is he? He's not in jail again, is he? He's back in the jail. Yeah, good to see everyone. Oh, cheers, Frank. Yeah, I've got more. Yeah, I've got more. What I might do is I might clip the start so we start when it's meant to start. Do you know? So if you come back on and think, fucking, I'm sure there's like a 2 hours missing from that. So there'll be 2 hours cut, then 5 minutes of talking about Artemis. So I'm going to try and cut down on my intros, but hey, you can't teach an old dog anything, to be fair. But cheers, Frank. I hope you're doing well. Sean as well. Good to see you. Much appreciated. Good to see everyone in the hood. Haven't learned your script. Yeah, I think she might have had a bit of the brain fog from the MK Ultra program. It does tend to happen. Or maybe she's inoculated. Maybe it was an inoculation glitch, because we do get them. Oh, he's planning an escape. He's currently digging a tunnel out of Guantanamo Bay. Cool, good man. I hope he's doing well. I don't like many people. Join the crew, right? Join the crew. If I'm being honest, but I like you. Oh, you're too kind. You're a decent bloke. Cool. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, make yourself at home, man. When people that are more than welcome to come here and share what they think. We try and keep it real and get along, and if we can share information, then yeah, great stuff, right? But yeah, good to see you, good to have you, good to see people engaging and putting in their 50 pence worth. Well, today £100 worth maybe, with the price of inflation, right? What a world we're in now. So yeah, I reckon Friday. I mean, I shouldn't really say a day, because you know what I'm like. It might be before then. I'll see how it goes, and when I get the time, I'll jump on. So we will call it a night, and we'll be out in T minus 5, 4. And you know, that's another thing as well. That's another thing where someone said, "Oh, I bet that's a coincidence. That's a coincidence. That's nothing. That." You know, and there's a meme as well going about. It's been going up, well, for years, man. Many years now. So you'll see some people saying, "Oh, if you put a T to the letters NASA, you can make the word Satan." Oh, but that's a coincidence. So NASA with a T equals Satan, but if you minus the T, you can make NASA. And of course, when they do the countdown, they say T minus. And seemingly, that's a coincidence. Of course, yeah. Okay. How many are we on tonight? Quite a few coincidences tonight. But there you go, that's the world that we're in. I don't believe, for many years now, I do not believe in coincidence. I can't. Nope. There's no such thing. It does not exist, man. It's non-existent. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing happens by accident. No thing, not any single thing ever is a coincidence. Take that to the bank. Well, maybe not to the bank, actually. Look, take it somewhere. Dig a hole beside a tree and fucking bury it in there for a rainy day, right? So good to see everyone. I hope you're doing well. Phoenix in the hood. Carmel all the way kinda down under, but in New Zealand. So kinda down under, right? Well, remember we call it Old Zealand now. It's not new, it's old. I'm not having it. It's not new. It can't be. Same as New York. It's Old York now. Good old York, right? Good to see you. I hope Rich is doing well. Tell him I'm looking out for him, and he's not getting his pocket money. Good to see you, Sean. Let me know what's happening with the issues, the trouble over in Ireland. And who else did I see? Oh, Bernadette in the hood. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Good to see people getting a laugh as well. You know, because it's quite horrid what NASA do when you get right down to it. So the more we can we can kind of keep our heads high and not get drowned by it, the better. The fucking better, man. And they don't fool us. They're not fooling anybody here. That's for sure. Well, maybe, what was the person who was born in 1858 who thinks that Donald Trump is the savior? The knight in shining armor. Hooray, as he gallops through the forest. Making America great again. Sure. Why not? Why not, right? So like I say, hey, no fear. Do what you need to do. Get out there. Don't let anybody get in your way. Nobody! Not anybody gets in your way. And I mean fucking nobody. Do what you need to do. Go where you need to go. And always remember, no matter what, no matter where, do not comply. And that is about it. Bye-bye.
A very fragile planet. A very small and a very fragile planet. A very small and a very fragile planet. A very small and a very fragile